Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us during this Tropics Business Summit online. This is the fourth edition, and we are so glad you can join us now. This session will discuss health, beauty, the link between health, hygiene, and beauty. And to do that, I am really glad and very excited to welcome international makeup artist Christelle Kedi. She's a beauty, well-being, and fashion educator and writer. She's also author of the book Beautifying the Body in Ancient Africa and Today. Christelle, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Do we have Christelle? Okay, I think we're still waiting for Christelle. So she should be with us in a few minutes. Hello, Christelle. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, hello, nice meeting you, Linord. Can you hear me?
Great. Yeah. So I suppose we are on now. We are live, and it's a real pleasure to have you. And as I was mentioning earlier in your introduction, you are an international. You are also a beauty, well-being, and fashion educator and writer and author of the book Beautifying the Body in Ancient and Today. That's a very exciting title, and I would ask you to tell us a little more. There we go. The book is right there, and I hope to get my copy soon. Briefly about the book before we go into the topic of the day.
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to express myself in regards to beauty industry and African beauty industry, because I've been writing and educating people around beauty, African beauty culture, since I've started off about 15 years ago. So I'm very excited. Thank you.
So why did you turn your attention to beauty? Why was it important for you to kind of focus on that industry?
Because when I was a teenager, I used to have some acne, and my mother booked me to the dermatologist. And between the time, having your skin healed and then being yourself, accepting yourself as a teenager, I started using makeup. At the time, of course, internet was not on. So you had to learn it. So you had to go to school, and I decided to make it a career. And I never turned back.
And when I look at your face now, the skin is just flawless. So we definitely know that from experience, we can learn a lot. Now, the topic is the link between health, hygiene, and beauty. So a lot of times we talk about beauty, we talk about makeup, but there's so much more to that. What are your thoughts on how these three are interconnected?
I have an holistic approach in regard to health, beauty, and well-being. The first step is perceiving beauty as hygienic practices. I'm going to give you an example. For instance, if you are shaving your head, as ancient Egyptians used to do, they were shaving their heads in order to avoid lice. And then they would put some wigs on to show status, but also to protect their scalp from sun rays. So when beauty is used as hygienic practice, I think this is something that we could incorporate in our daily lives. Then the second aspect I wanted to mention as well was to think about hygiene to prevent health issues. As you probably know, skin is the largest organ that we have as human beings. And many people, they don't realize that skin is reacting as much as your stomach would be reacting if you don't feel good. So it's also a way for people to educate themselves. If my skin, I don't take care of my skin, then I'm going to be in trouble even internally. So that was my second point. And then the last one is about health as a beauty outcome and motivation. So if I give you an example, people enjoy taking care of their skin. They enjoy putting creams and washing themselves and smelling nice, smelling wonderful. But then this could be a motivation as well to think about how to care for your skin in a long run, how to prevent your skin from bad or poor ageism.
It's such an important point. It's amazing how our skin can tell how we feel. Sometimes you just look at somebody's skin and you can tell if they are well or not quite well. So it's a very good point that you're making. When we talk about when we look at the beauty industry and the way that our mothers, our grandmothers used to take care of themselves. Now today, those of us, from this newer generation, if I will say, we tend to look at products that are scientifically developed, in beautiful boxes, packaging, but so many different ingredients. There is an issue with certain ingredients in beauty products. So, what is your message in terms of how we, women from Africa, tend to move away from the old ways our mothers used to take care of themselves and we look to new products? I'm not saying they are bad. I'm just saying need to go back to the source and go back more towards organic. What is your message around that?
My message is that most of the product we were talking about taking care of one of our main organ. So in the same way, if you are eating, for instance, bio food, if you are very selective with your foods, then you should be very selective with your cosmetics. And personally, I only put onto my skin things that I can put into my mouth. So for instance, I'm going to use coconut oil, I'm going to use shea butter, and I'm a makeup artist. So even in terms of choosing brands, I'm going to go for brands which are very, very soft with the skin. Originally, makeup was supposed, especially African makeup, we were supposed to sleep with it. So you see how far we went. And those makeup products are still available in Africa. You can see women in Madagascar, you can see women in North Africa still applying very natural makeup. So I think it's a question of embracing our own culture and embracing our health. That's why I was talking about an holistic approach. If you want to look healthy and be beautiful and feeling good, then you have to make some choices. I'm not saying that mass produced cosmetics are bad, but not all of them are good for human skin.
Mm-hmm. So as a makeup artist, what are some of the tips that you share with your clients in terms of keeping a healthy skin? Give us a couple of tips in terms of must do and what you must not do.
My tips are always surrounding the lifestyle of people. So I'm not going to say to people, buy this brand or buy that brand. I'm not going to tell them to drink 2 liters of water. I'm going to tell them to eat green vegetables because green vegetables feed your skin from the inside. they give you the minerals and vitamins you need to have a bright, healthy skin. Look at babies. Because they are eating mostly healthy food, they have gorgeous skins. And then from age 15 onwards, we start eating differently, and then we start having some blemishes and some issues. So I always say, if you want to have a beautiful skin, then eat at least a pound of green a day.
So it's really nutrition. The nutrition is very much linked to the way we look, the way we care for our. Is that correct? It starts with
It,
nutrition.
it starts and it ends with nutrition, because when you think about, for instance, the way they are healing acne. To heal acne, most of the dermatologists going to give you pills which are made out of vitamin A, but it's not going to be natural vitamin A. It's going to be man-made vitamin A. Where do you find vitamin A? In your greens. So you can avoid acne just by eating more greens, and maybe by cutting off some gluten as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see your beautiful hair, and I have to ask you. We would like to have some tips in terms of caring for our hair to get such beautiful hair as yours, natural and healthy looking. So, what is your tip in terms of keeping a healthy hair?
Hair, it's the same. I eat avocados almost every day because avocados are a superfood. Most of the vitamins your skin needs are within avocados, and they are delicious.
So if we were to leave with one message today,
Oh, I can't hear you. Sorry. One message today.
what is your message for this conversation? If we want to leave with one main message today from this conversation, what would your message be?
The message would be, if you want to be beautiful for the longest period of your lifetime, then I would suggest you to, to take care of what you put in your plate. That's the only secret. After that, cosmetic might support your discipline, but you need to have a food discipline.
Food discipline, indeed, and we're gonna to give us the same message in French because it's so important, and I wanted our French-speaking audience to get that as well. Just a few words.
Alors oui, ce que je conseillerais, c'est effectivement de faire attention à ce que nous mettons dans nos assiettes avant de dépenser des millions dans les cosmétiques. Parce que généralement, ce que nous recherchons dans les cosmétiques, nous trouvons dans les fruits et les légumes. Okay, I saw that someone was asking me what I was putting onto my hair. I'm putting shea butter, raw shea butter. There's no other secret.
Ah, okay. Roshi butter for the hair. Is it the
For
skin
my
as
hair.
well? Body. I
For
know
the,
people use it on the body. What about the face?
for the face, for instance, I'm using coconut oil. But now that it's getting a little bit cold, I'm mixing it with shea butter.
Okay, that's some wonderful tips. Kedi, it was such a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for all the wonderful advice. And we thank all of you for joining us for this session. And please stay tuned. We have more sessions with the Tropics Business Summit. So thank you for joining us. Bye, Christelle.
Thank you, Linord. Bye.